Russian soldiers are guilty of shooting down flight MH17 with a BUK anti-aircraft missile smuggled into Ukraine. That's the main conclusion of a new and extensive report by Berlin-based investigative journalist collective.The. The probe found evidence that a unit of the 53rd Russian Air Defense Brigade, based in Kursk, western Russia, fired the missile on July the 17th, downing the passenger plane and killing all 298 passengers and crew on board. But how did the investigators come to their conclusion? In September, the Dutch Safety Board published a report which said high-energy objects had penetrated the plane from the front and above, an impact which rules out a hit from a fighter jet, according to a Russian air combat systems expert cited in the report. A photo from the MH17 wreckage site shows dent marks from the thousands of pieces of shrapnel, consistent with the strike of a BUK missile designed to explode just before impact. Russian tank movement in East Ukraine was also highlighted. Germany's defense ministry backed the anonymous experts' claim that the BUK missile systems have a sole tactical use to protect troops and tanks. Without missile protection, such vehicles are easy targets for fighter jets. This is a military fact of life for military commanders in all NATO states, the expert is quoted as saying in the report. The US and NATO had published evidence of Russian tanks without markings crossing the border a month earlier. Investigators also authenticated several photos and videos posted to social media showing various stages of the missile launcher's journey from Kursk in Russia to Ukraine's mining town of Snizhne, an area controlled by Kremlin-backed militants. Each photo of the BUK has the same identification number and notable features. After tracing the missile launcher to the Russian base, the report's authors claim to have found something peculiar. Nearly one-third of the unit's members were discharged on the same day and for the same reason, the investigation claims. The Russian Soldiers' Mothers Committee was quoted as saying this step is necessary for Russian soldiers before going to fight in Ukraine. Top insurgent leader Alexander Khodorkovsky also reportedly claimed that militants in Ukraine do not have the specialist knowledge needed to operate such a BUK missile system. Investigators also claim to have found the missile launch site in the suburbs of the town of Snizhne, and with it, new eyewitnesses. One said, "I was in the yard and heard an explosion, a bang. It was really loud. The tiles on my roof shook. And just as I ran out into the road, the plane began to fall." All the evidence was collated by a non-profit investigative newsroom team in collaboration with the German newspaper Spiegel and Dutch newspaper Algemeen Dagblad. The results of an ongoing international investigation will be released later in the year.